Oh, those 1x bet odds have swung in a big way here. Na'Vi now favored as we get underway, and a lot of purchases in here for the Na'Vi side. Nades, CZ75, smokes, a couple flashbangs. See how Overpass plays out. One of Gambit's specialties here is they're about to take a fight over towards long. Boomich is passive with a CZ at what is traditionally a very long-range fight.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to start taking a bit of info. Simple's actually hedging his bets towards A as well.
This is very interesting. A CZ close long like this. This is a counter strat, right? This is the only reason you do something like this.
Ugh. Well, it came out a little worse for wear for Boomich. Electronic did want to try and deliver a frag. He's baiting in Simple on that close corner, but very stubborn. It loses his life now. The repeat loses his. Simple's gone. The whole round has fallen apart. Gambit kind of had the round delivered to them there in the exchange.
Yeah, I think that loss there is definitely going to let them know what type of Na'Vi they're up against here today. So I think as we look in forward to an Overpass, it's going to be a struggle for Na'Vi. Des, we're talking about the matchup against Mouse. They obviously couldn't counter strat because it was the first time we've ever seen Mouse be playing that map, something that they're clearly trying to bring into their map pool. But now, look, I've been very impressed with Bit, right? Like, even that game that they just had there, you had some fantastic moments. I'm just not sure if this is going to be done in 2 for Na'Vi or if we're going to be going the distance here this evening. So I have one more series after this one, Astralis versus Heroic, to round out the night, to round out the group stage. And don't fret, both of these teams, or both of these next 2 matches, so all 4 teams are already secured in the playoffs. This is for either semi-finals or those quarterfinals.
Yeah. Skip a day of play.
Extra prep day would be nice, wouldn't it?
Certainly. As well as, of course, a step closer to that prize pool share. Damage. That's Simple Deagle. He'd need a headshot to be viable into any more than the hunt. He tries to fake the steps away, and Nafany's ready for him on that repeat. It's a big first find. Taking down Simple as your first target in the second round anti-force buy.
Yeah, considering that it is this force buy, just to get that kill is huge. And now Axel up to his old tricks here, just coming through Monster. Takes a fight, grabs the kill on his lonesome there. So a lot of pressure and a risky maneuver, but sticks the landing. And now his teammates, they're all going to make their way back over towards this B bomb site to help set them up for the take. Bits over towards A, Electronic floating over there now. Nafany really just selling this one, and it will be Perfecto, the only man left to defend the B bomb site, tucked in to what would have been jail. He's still floating right now. The pillar, the barrels, doesn't know where to end.
Great gap for Bit here. Oh, Nafany, far too smart. Pre-fires it, knocks him off his perch, and well, he's definitely keeping Bit honest. I think Bit has concerns about long.
I think he knows it's the MAC-10 now, so he's actually just dropped on back, and at this point, I feel that Gambit have to be committed to B. Nafany will be coming in with a flank. There'll be 3 CTs here. Oh, they're going back up connector.
Yeah, they are.
With 25 seconds left on the clock.
It's ambitious, isn't it?
Of course they are.
Yeah, and Nafany's pushed all the way into bank, so Na'Vi rotating. I mean, this is something we see Heroic, we see VP, we see lots of teams starting to do on their Overpass. In the idea of, like, when you are gathering your resources towards B, it's really nice to have someone go for a walk towards A, right? Worst case, it's a flank and you commit B. Best case, you call it clear and you've got time to rotate through connector, because that connector is such a, you know, you're outside B, but you're also a stone's throw away from that mid-rotate.
Yeah, and here, to do that with 25 seconds left on the clock, you know, this is the thing on a round against Pistols. Nafany must be certain that they have made sure there's been no pushes, that nobody's lying in wait. Because imagine the bomb's coming up. All it takes is one of the players to get slowed on down, that being the bomb carrier, gets thrown into the open. You lose, let's say, 3 seconds. That 3 seconds is huge in a pivot like that. But Gambit get away with it. Second round, notched on up. Na'Vi holding on to a few of those upgraded pistols. And we'll get back underway with round number 3. Someone want to offer Simple up their deagle? Ah, yes, there it is. Bit drops in one across.
Thank you very much. I'll be keeping all of my pennies.
He'll buy another one of his own here, so Bit doubling down in a big way and not out of the water just yet, Gambit.
Oh, they're going to be grouping up towards that playground position. Or what is it in German? Kinder, children, place? I think that's what they call it.
Don't look at me.
Kinder, Spielplatz. Oh dear. Oh dear! Oh, Bit! He's made a nothing round into a something round. 2 frags and Shiro's also on his next list. Well, Na'Vi will regroup after that. He's just taken 2 fully bought up Gambit members and put them on their arse.
Yeah, it turns out the kids aren't playing today.
Cancelled.
Yikes. All right, no hat, no play, no school today. Many Aussies at home will know that reference. For
No
the rest
hat,
of the
no
world, I'm
play.
sure you guys didn't have the same problems.
No, because you guys live in hell.
Skin cancer land, I think we call it.
That's the official term.
Yeah.
But yeah, ridiculous amount. Is it? Oh, no, it's not Kinderspielplatz. It's a Spiel something. What did it say? Here we are. No, never mind. It's too much for me.
Yeah, it's
I give up.
too long.
I'd like to give up, please.
But with 50 seconds left on the clock, and they've already lost 2 casualties, none of those guns have been able to get picked on up. So at least that's one positive right here for Gambit. They are in a 3-on-5.
I've been told by our much more German producer than I am. It's an adventure playground. Well, the adventures continue because they found the equalizing frags. And while Perfecto's rotated bank, Hobbit has full toilet control for the rotate through under. Great dunk nade. Perfecto's managed to grab them an early man advantage just before this commitment. And now Hobbit's back his turn. Simple can advance. Perfecto's found another and Na'Vi snatch it. Bit starts off proceedings and they get away with... Oh my God, they lost 2 rifles. They just lose 2 rifles?
I think Perfecto picked up one and Simple was about to grab that one. So Perfecto already had a gun in his hand.
Yeah, but then he dropped it towards Simple. It would cut off midair, and Perfecto lost his, and Simple lost his.
So I think Perfecto got his AK. I think they just lost one. So it was split secondy there, but all in all, it's nice to see Bit doing what we would see Simple Electronic doing. They have another can opener.
Yeah, I suppose, you know, Simple's going to have to bid for his deagle now with Bit in the server.
Oh, this is looking very heavy, like a B looking. I don't want to say a B commit. Gambit never commit to anything.
Sounds like you, Chad.
Ha. Another smoke towards Monster, and we're going to see plenty of that when the shoe's on the other foot and Gambit on that CT side. Simple and Bit over towards A. Electronic is the float now as Boomich and Perfecto both playing around that pillar.
Yeah, Nafi's going to have to move or stick around. He actually doesn't want to fall foul to the Boomich swing.
He's pinned though, they're pushing for him.
They really want Nafany. In the meantime, though, the flashes are in, and so is the headshot. Perfecto ducks, but he goes down. That's 2 opening frags. Gambit set for the sight over the barrels. Electronic was ready, but Hobbit's better. Okay, Gambit have completely stabilized off the back of that Deagle success. Na'Vi have got nothing to show for it. They just want to maintain what they have. Don't forget, Simple's got an AWP, Bit an Armored Org, and nothing in reserve. They're going to want to keep hold of these. Fine margins determining those opening duels, though. I mean, you could see how close it came on Axal's opener.
It's fantastic work from Gambit there, though. Now, I don't know if Nafany's called this, but they're switched on enough to realize how much attention was drawn to that one position. Molly, they're flashing, they're trying to fight from short. Nafany can identify where that Molly came from. He can identify where the flashes and the push is coming from, and his teammates collapse, knowing that it was awkward on the site.
Probably won.
Yeah, that's why it was so janky for Na'Vi in that situation, because their focus was on what was probably more of a default. Well, guess what? Everybody was there. And as they come channeling in through that monster position, the kills came too easy. Here it is again. Boomich down. Hop it up and over. And that's basically it. 3-1. Those guns you mentioned have been carried across. Electronic could buy himself.
Damn. Dude, when was the last time you saw Na'Vi call a timeout 4 rounds into a game?
Yeah, so this is good.
Who are these people?
It's like a whole different. That's what I'm saying. It's not just Flamey being gone.
No.
Like people at home are gonna go, oh, this new Na'Vi, it's great. It's not just Flamey. It has to be almost not a complete mental overhaul.
A more harder to. I haven't got the word.
That's all right. We'll get there eventually.
Like it's more than that. It's an unquantifiable. Thank you. It's an unquantifiable change. It's not just going to be something as simple as that roster changing.
Yeah. Because you get the honeymoon period when you have a new guy in, but Bit's already been here as the 6th man for some time, so it's not even like that, right? There's clearly been some form of change in their approach to the game, to their prep, to something, because it's clear here in a lot of these rounds that they are working as a cohesive unit as opposed to 2 stars and then 3 players around those 2 stars.
Yeah.
Na'Vi have purchased back in. They forced behind the save guns. Famis on the ground. Well, in the hands of Boomich and M4 as well, and back over towards B to continue to pepper this bomb site.
Lurk smoke onto the aggress. Spots one. Nafany confirmed to have water control. Hobbit maintains their backside. Inters is drawn in by Boomich. Now, they could go for this boost. It's a very, very strong boost. And they're already pre-aiming it, so what do they have in store? A Molotov for that close corner. Oh, it's perfect. I haven't seen that before. Look at that. Perfecto has to fight. Sits in the open and they dunk him. Boomich was there as a backup. And now they catch him on the boost. Electronics down. Boomich is isolated. He's on an island now. Gambit picking apart the Na'Vi defense here with nades and bullets and very coordinated pushes. They might want to pivot back. And you can see that Bit has just managed to tuck in time. This is audible, I think.
Hobbit's definitely heard these footsteps.
So what they might do now is that standard pause. The fact that Shiro's bringing the bomb towards the playground implies that they are going to try and pivot back. Simple's already thinking about it as well. Hobbit very pushed up on long. Simple's opted for Optimus. And with 30 seconds left, the fact that it's gone so quiet on B, they can be pretty comfortable with these positions they've currently adopted. Gambit are not pulling the wool over Na'Vi's eyes, and Inters already meets Bit. Bomb on Shiro, he needs this fight, he needs it cleanly. Can't, the bomb snatched away from him. Hobbit trying to do it all, but with a pin pulled, he does go down one-on-one. No time to rotate. Nafany versus Boomich. Headshots matter. AK versus Famas. An advantage for Boomich now. The bomb needs to go down. He chooses not to contest, tries to call the bluff. Now Nafany has an advantage. AK and the bomb ticking. And Gambit will put 4 on the board by virtue of Nafany.
Ooh-wee. I thought that Na'Vi made the right call there. The fact that all those footsteps were heard by Hobbit, Bit stayed, Simple came back. They make the kills they had to, and then Boomich, all he needed to do was convert that, but this is that molly that was getting you so excited. That's fantastic. It's up the side of the wall. It means that nobody can be up, you know, tucked on in.
You can see the indecision it left with Perfecto. It's like, well, they're going to gray screen push, but there's probably a flash. Do I play anti or do I die?
I look at that and I go, how are they getting away with that, right? Because you need to get sewer control to even pull it off, right? And this is the team that are so heavy with their monster defense on their CT side. Now that they've just brought that molly out, I'm sure it's been thrown before, but as soon as teams start picking up on that, they can use that to punish against Gambit when you play against Gambit.
When you're innovating too much and you counter yourself.
Because that Inters and Hobbit love playing around that area,
they do,
right?
Yeah, even just on the surf, playing close, trading off. All right, well, we can cool our jets for a little bit, Chad.
Just a little bit. It's the Deagles here, Bit's down, so we haven't seen the multiple headshots coming on in.
How's your day going?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a Sunday. We're talking about Counter-Strike.
You had your banana bread?
Had my banana bread. Had a pretzel. Had a couple of coffees.
The treats.
Yeah.
Well, as the caffeine surges through Chad's veins, Gambit surge into B. Look at this. Gambit are dotting every I, crossing every T, hitting every head. That is the loss of the AK. Axar will be remiss to have lost it, but it's short-lived success for Na'Vi. Oh, yeah, Perfecto's just got himself an AK-47 there, just through the gap in that door.
Yeah, he's got to move on as well, so he should be able to hold on to this one here. Oh, never mind. It's Nafany. I forget the in-game leader that does it all. Entries, chases, clutches, AWPs.
That is one of the many facets of Gambit's game that has led them to the point where they are considered one of the best, if not the best in the world, which is the read of the finances from their leader or whoever may be keeping track for them, of course, Coach Constantine as well.
Yeah, they're good at the hunts, right? I think we've noted in certain games where other teams might go for the save, they know what territory they're working with, they know how to lock them on down. Overpass is a very difficult map to hunt on.
And I'm not necessarily just talking about hunting, I'm talking about those throwing away the weapons, the contesting weapons when they hold value for their opponent. You know, that read is omnipresent for Gambit. And so we're back into the weapon round. A short jaunt through the anti-eco, nothing really to report. Gambit 5, Na'Vi 1.
I think we find ourselves in a similar point as we did on map number 1 in that second half. We're like, okay, well, now it's time that they have to start winning some rounds. And the same thing needs to be said for Na'Vi here. This is the CT side of Overpass. They need to get themselves 5, 6, maybe even 7 rounds here. And Gambit, well, they've already found themselves 5. So tough going for Na'Vi. Consecutive rounds are almost a must at this point. And this nade would have been destined for Electronic, who's just backpedaled out of dodge in time. Boomich surges forward, takes out Hobbit. There's an entry.
Yeah, that's a very big difference. There's no boost available now for Axile on his short advance. In fact, speaking of boost, they're going for a late one here themselves. And they're up in time to catch the trajectory and the walkout, but Axile sharp cuts down Electronic. Okay. Well, a 2-2 split straight across the map. They're gathering for B.
They're quick on this as
yeah,
well.
Look how far ahead of the pack Nafny is. And he's just going to pop on the flash. Checks his barrels, confirms it's clear, and he's very brave. Not worried about heaven, he just takes ahead. Perfecto's gone, as is Boomich as they swing. Gambit looking very good for this one. Trying to land the wallbang. It's just a millimeter off the mark, but nothing for Bit and Simple to provide here.
Yeah, and this is the part of Gambit's gameplay that can be so difficult to read. Just, you never know exactly where all the forces are. They do such a great job of keeping you busy all over the map, making sure that you're respecting the late round as well.
Dumb question, how were Simple and Bit kept busy? Was that just through
It's just because normally after
the extinguished molly?
Well, it's normally just when we found ourselves in that situation, they have actually backpedaled and they've left it super late round. They'll wait for the CT aggression. So Bit and Simple didn't want to cheat over because when they do, they leave the gap. Remember when Nafny flanked all the way behind them and then they evacuated all the way back through? So they're not wanting to give up that real estate because if you do against Gambit, there's always someone to find the gap. But then when you don't cheat over, when you don't heavy rotate, well, they have the number advantage. They had themselves a minimum of a 3v2 on that B bomb site.
And a super well-established flight path. Like just getting to see him go straight up the ramp, clear close, immediately be responsible for barrels, call it clear, and then he knows his team have got heaven so he can swing and take the close fights. It's all beautiful.
Well, guess what? Boomich has that second AWP out here, and we're watching a little bit of against Mouse Sports the other day. Likes it over towards the B bomb site, aggressive towards short. Let's see if we get similar scenes out of him here today, because information is something that is lacking right now for Na'Vi. They need to grab a key piece of real estate and hold on to it. Back towards B we go. Look, there's no indication over towards A. But you have to respect it. You can't just leave it. And Axel silently has grabbed sewer control. He's just going to keep on walking on up for a fight.
Okay, well, Boomich, that's 2 rounds in a row now where he's provided the opening death. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, well, he did provide it this time to Axile.
He wants to swing back in, Alex. This one here gets a little bit risky if he continues forward.
Oh, spots Shiro, ready for another close one. It's just a tag. Nafny does punish. One more required. Electronic and Perfecto both ready, raring to go, and it's Electronic that knocks him down. Chances really running out, running slim. Hobbit's flash, they're pushing on the issue. You can see the shadow, but he can't quite tame the spray of the FAMAS. Now, Shiro and Hobbit making a 2v4 threatening. Straight out jail. Simple's holding the short push. Hobbit, if he finds Perfecto, he's very capable of making a round out of this. Okay, so he knows where Simple is. Oh God, that's close. Oh, and Perfecto spotted him. Tight, off the flash, tries his luck. Simple's ready. And now Shiro thrust into a very, very narrow box. There's no way for him to plant. Perfecto would have to give him a fight, and he does. Missed the shot, though. We're just starting to back away now at this point. Cut his losses, keep hold of that AWP. Why concede such a gift when you've got so much extra cash and residual as well? Be able to make the most of the round. They do their shopping as well, though. The double AWPs are maintained, and Na'Vi posting their second defensive round here. What was the change-up? What was the difference? It was Boomich.
Yeah, so I think it's getting this opening kill and then not giving away a follow-up, right? He's very unlucky that he hasn't hit that one. It could have been even cleaner for Na'Vi in a round like this, but mopping it up were Perfecto and Electronic. And with those double AWPs retained, we will see Boomich holding onto it again. We saw Bit doing the secondary AWPing on Dust too, but he's also playing the bomb site with Simple, so it's unlikely you're going to see both over there, unless it was, say, Guardian and Simple, and we did see that when he was in the team.
That's a name I've not heard in some time.
Really rolling back the years there.
I still call that Guardian, just to the left of toilets.
Boomich is actually over towards A, so I take back everything I said. They are rocking the double A AWP setup.
Just as Gambit looked to test it as well, so everything's tickety-boo as it currently stands. If they do the contact play, we know they like this. This is going to be free real estate for Simple. Yeah, and I think he's got a pretty damn good idea as to what they were trying. We've seen Gambit try and work their magic on this. You contact through after conditioning B just enough, as we know. Simple and Bit might get lazy. This time, however, the Na'Vi call is perfect. And he's just doing fallback AWPing.
But both AWPs on the side, they can be overwhelmed quickly here.
Yeah, they need a kill. And Simple steps in. He's gone down. Nafny can do a lot with that. Quick response from Bit. Getting himself dug into the site stops the commitment, but now Axel not letting his foot off the gas. They want to keep forcing the issue, and Bit just can't re-peek. If he does, he'll get caught by Shiro. Safe plant, not really. Electronic's able to knock the bomb out of the plant. Intis is dead and they want to keep the fight on. While they try and process the plant, Perfecto can contest again. This time it's down. Shiro peeks in, a missed shot, but Axel's there to bodyguard. Low for Shiro. And Axel does it all. Dude, he entried and closed that round down.
Tough one there for Na'Vi to lose, right? Considering they just put a round on the board and then they bounce back with another. This is feeling like Gambit are going to run away with this half. Now the scoreline is up to 7-2. It's just the financial woes for Na'Vi, and this was a close affair. You really have to give a lot of credit to Nafany. Identifying both AWPs were on the A site, able to push up, get up close and personal, even find that kill onto Simple. Boomich with a couple of misses there. But Axel doesn't.
Yeah. His reaction speaks volumes about his expectation there.
It's going to be max loss bonus in the next round. And they actually have this M4 in the hands of Simple. Everybody else is just on to upgraded pistols. It's the type of round where you need Simple to step on up and give you something to play for, because things are just going to get more and more difficult from here on out. They've stopped with the constant harassment of that B bomb side, and they head back over towards A again. Nafany leading the charge. Straight up through the smoke. Not wincing at all. And the side is practically clear.
Especially after what they met last round. They know it's only pistols. He's just going to happy to have this luxury. The jump spot from Bit. Very hard to deal with. It's pulled Simple over.
Yeah, the bomb's gone back to B during all of this. So Nafany just walked up, took a shot, and then his whole team has rotated towards the B bomb site.
Yeah, I think Nafany, very smart, has actually chosen to kind of tuck in to push any CT answers. If they're looking for answers, dude, that's the dream. If Cadian's watching this, right now he's just like, no, that's Counter-Strike.
They've all, like, backs turned.
Yeah. Yeah, just as your bomb is walking through, you just see all of the defenders vacating the site. Oh, toes are visible, Nafany's dead. Bomb is down, and yeah, a little red face for Na'Vi after that one. They do, however, recover big weapons and take them to long. Hobbit's very fast on their heels. He's not going to let them save easy.
Spotted. One and done. Just let Perfecto have it. Come on now. You guys got a free bomb site. Give Perfecto a free gun.
Fair trade.
It's got to work out that way, surely. I just can't believe the timing on that. Like, as Axel is walking up ready to headshot, he just sees them back turn, skedaddling out.
He's like looking at his mouse hand. He's like, no, not today.
Yeah.
No.
It's like he's just pulled up at the Macca's drive-thru and you've seen a massive queue, and as you've gone up, it's just all the floodgates have opened.
Yeah.
Straight on in. All right, 8-2. Half has been won from Gambit here, and well, this isn't the competitive affair I was hoping for.
I'm learning so much though. Like, when you're given the role of being a toilet's walk and lurk and trying to sell something, just by firing off the shot on the jump peak and then positioning to any info push, he not only achieves what he set out to, a force to rotate, he also confirms that they haven't answered any questions about his retreat. Really cool. Nice stuff. Let's go. Simple, flashed off and might have to cancel his plans for party. Maybe November time we'll be able to party.
Maybe. Let's stay positive about that one, shall we?
I've forgotten how to dance. I never knew. And what am I saying?
Nafany's doing it again, the same type of play, and because he's pipping the gap straight through the smoke, he might just catch Simple sleeping.
There's no way. Simple's always alert.
Not this time round.
Always. Oh, he is now! And Simple made a step, so Nafany and him are in a weird state of affairs. Simple will shut him down, okay.
It's almost like, do I have to kill you? Are you really going for this again? So now Nafany's dead, so at least that prong has been taken care of.
I mean, Hobbit's a hero in Underpass. I've seen him do it so many times, and there's already paranoia. Look, Bit's looking up at the potential from a party push. Oh, timing does not favor Gambit today, or at least not in this round. Round 11 certainly does seem to be favoring them today with an 8-2 scoreline. Boomich set to finish the job right here. Double orbs are out, and he's actually all committed to this. So finding Shiro is a dream. This needs to be spotless for Na'Vi if they want to stabilize their economy. Boomich confirms there's more party to be had here on Monster. Misses his smoke, doesn't really matter if he can just survive. Buying time as the rotate does start to come in. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
2v5 quickly made 1v3. Bit stops it before it spirals out of control. That was the bomb carrier.
So much more costly. Both orbs are down.
Oh, what a shot from Inters. He could do this, you know. Oh, short. That's the issue. And Electronic was there in time. Stops it before it does go awry. But far from the clean round we were talking about.
And they only picked up 1 AWP out of all of that. So right there, a key to 2 of their rounds, the orb, in both occasions, only 1 salvage. So do they have enough funds to make it work? Simple could purchase one, and again, Boomich definitely does not. That was the awkward opener. This one, awkward as well. And Simple as you like from Boomich there. It did get a little bit out of hand. A bit kept a lid on it, and well, they will just be carrying on with 1 AWP here. Didn't want to get the extra one out for Boomich. Bit's very aggressive.
Where are you off to? Thinks better of the full push. Simple's got a flash for him when he calls for it. I wonder when. Using it as a retreat instead. Yeah, okay. As the smoke is thrown, he uses it as a guise for his rotation.
They mollied close, so Gambit are awares of this. Bit's going to be playing out towards long. Simple standing back-to-back with him in the upper side of toilets, and Bit's even made it back over towards tree, so lots of moving around here within the first 40 seconds. I think they slink straight past Simple, not looking into the bathrooms at all this time. And by doing so, there's an avenue onto the site, but Electronic's plugging the gap.
Yeah, they've got a great read here, Na'Vi. Can they find the frags? He's calling it clear, but he's hearing pins, and now we're ready for the push. Electronic commits to the spray, does so much damage. Double dink and a frag. And Simple will have a very fast flank. If Axile walks straight into his aim, now they are in trouble. Gambit, there is a ring-in. Shiro has to be the hero. You can see they've thrown the AK onto him. He's the only one with a functional health. And getting that bomb down is the task. Good catch. Nafany stops the toilet push. Utility indicative of at least one. They know there's a potential flank. Nafany's given the responsibility of caging it.
This is the fight.
Hard clear, finds it. Another chance. Oh, and Boomich doing it all. It's only Shiro. He's tucked in the blind spot. Simple gets the info for them safely. Nice recovery from Na'Vi there.
Still, you know, there's always that moment that feels threatening. Shiro gets into the site. Boomich doesn't win those fights coming up. It's a chance for Gambit in a round like that, but Electronic did a huge amount of damage right there, really slowed them down, knew the jig was up at that point. Gets over just in time. Good stuff.
His last few bullets of the spray, finding 2 heads.
No saved guns here for Gambit means, well, finance is not completely available for a full purchase. We might just see a half buy. Shiro has a scout. The rest of his teammates are yet to fully equip right here. Deagle, Tech9, P250, and Nafany staying on the Glock. The lost bonus, bottom of the barrel, obviously. But that's 2 on the trot for Na'Vi in the first 2 consecutive rounds we've had so far out of the CT side. Simple ready for the quad boost. We can see nothing home over towards the B side. It's just hobbit up through connector. Nafany already over towards party. Fountain for Shiro and Inters, and Axel looks like he'll be going either late long or grouping up with his squad, has that bomb on the back.
It is funny the differences between every team's T side. You know, like what they have a tendency towards. Like Gambit seem to love this toilet walk.
I catch Bit off guard here. He's not looking ready for this right now.
Certainly not.
Oh, they're still faffing around in the side a bit, Alex.
Tripping over each other. Simple will get away. Well.
I'm surprised. Now, I might be completely wrong here, right? But Simple was shooting the floor of where he wanted Bit to stand. That's what I thought with the USP. Like, that's what the ping's good for these days. Like, I think that the pinging is actually quite good for that. Like, stand here, all right, this is the angle I'm watching. It's actually got some viability about it.
Yeah, I've bound it to something useful now because I've seen the perks of it. It is super buggy though. Like when you're holding a line, I hate how it clips even more though. Like, you know, when you're trying to ping what you don't have or don't have anymore, and you just end up pinging the corner you were standing in.
At least it's not through smoke like in that other game.
Yikes from me, DO-double-G. Let's go, round 14, map 2. Big series to be had here, especially if Gambit and Na'Vi find this gap closing. They've got the double orbs out. It's worked for them in the past. What is the play from the Gambit playbook? Bit early, but just to keep them honest, you can see it's not really going to deter Nafany as the smoke fades.
Yeah, if they can get control of the bathrooms and long, you know, up into that halfway mark, they can look to do one of their set pieces again, because all in all, it was a lot of B pressure early. Now they're just going back into their default spread. In the meantime, Boomich has taken a lot of damage, spammed on down.
Oh, different boost, but it could find Simple on the way back. He jumps! Shiro, that costs him. Doesn't go down, but the fact that Simple's not caught out, that was his death. That was a way back in. for Gambit to at least start off proceedings with a huge scalp.
Defensive smoke dropped and now just posted up around the divider area is Simple. How aggressive is he going to look in here? Because with 50 seconds left on the clock, we know for Gambit, that's like a lifetime for other teams. Oh, flashed out long. Bit didn't see him behind the tree. Inters was just standing still.
Vision based off movement. Bit the
Velociraptor.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah.
Well, Electronics rotated back on over. Couldn't have 3 stronger players on this A bomb site right now.
Hobbit's desperately trying to pull the rotate, but Electronics standing firm. If they get a frag, it'll feel different. Oh, there it is. Axile. They're all starting to pull the ripcord. This is convincing, especially now Boomich has found one. Spots another, confirms it's still a threat. Now on long, they're taking contact all across the map, and it's pulled Na'Vi too thin. Just pulled widespread across the map. Now the flank is on for Simple. How smart is he?
Oh.
Nafany's pipping the gap between the 2 CTs right now.
He doesn't even know it.
Yeah. The knife out, no save for Simple. Maybe Electronic, no. Nafany, big finds, puts 9 and takes everything away from Na'Vi.
Oh, that one there, just you can see as the final moments. The difference is they get that kill on Monster. The heavy rotate's not coming in. They're set up perfectly. That all comes down to the Monster frag. There's no movement out of the CTs otherwise. So Axel, this kill, round winning. So important for that duel. Displaces the CTs, forces them all across the map, keeps them busy. They have to get over here with it to deal with him before they can even contest with the bomb site where the bomb's going down.
It's brutal. And that's all a product of Gambit's individuals being able to sell something through their own sheer ability and frags. Change up this time, straight through the boards. And Axel could be spotted, he isn't on the jump peak. God, there's a lot to deal with here, and Perfecto practically sprinting as he gets that shot. That's 2 frags, looking to close this gap, 9-6 works.
Nafany's passed again, and he has been an absolute nuisance. Simple needs to be ready for this.
He's always ready. Nafany taking full advantage of that long peek from Simple. He's going to tuck into the corner just in time to tap away at one. Simple, good find, but quick trade. Inters has the sight. Perfecto's the first to rotate. Shiro, knife out, wants to get the bomb down. Bit is working on a flank. And the timing of this is everything. Do they want to take the site or worry about the flank? He's opted for long. They'll have time. Boomich bankside with Perfecto. Inter's got a cross to contain this long side. I don't know if he's going to check it fully. Oh, he does, and catches the frag. This turns it all on its head now. Shiro looking to come up clutch. A great shot. They're doing it. Gambit turning the odds on their favor. It's now a one-on-one. Up against the AWP, he needs to bait the shot. Shiro does not miss. And that's the problem. 10-5. Gambit snatch it. Incredible stuff. Looks like we could see 3. We won't find out until we take a quick break. rocking and a rolling. Second map, second half, and perhaps taking an extra second before we get into this one. No, looks like everyone's got their bum in their seat. We're ready to get this party started. Chad, 5 rounds. Is it enough for Na'Vi to work some magic into a 2-0 conversion here?
Seems very unlikely, especially on a map like this for Gambit. If Na'Vi are able to grab the pistol, convert the force buy and the first gun round, then we have a conversation. But those things almost feel like a must at this point right here, right now. Out the gates we go. Inters onto the util with the defuse kit. And they'll be heading down connector as Axile, he'll take a peek. Simple's P250 rings in his ears, and he thinks better of that. Drops on back and groups up with his squad.
The whole squad is here. By that, I mean Na'Vi.
Well, the only problem is if they go back down connector. If they continue to A, it's the right play.
Imagine. Yikes, good shot from Axile. Plucks Boomich out from the jump. Bomb was spotted.
Oh, no.
And Bit with the bomb. Yeah, he started investigating. He could have lost everything there. Instead, it's going to be the B players rotating in to meet Na'Vi. They've got a bank smoke landing and a bin smoke. They've got full control of the site here, Chad. There's nothing that Gambit can do about it.
Intus has a flash for this, so what's going to be the go call? Teammates rotating over. Everybody's going to be ready to swarm on out.
Okay.
And this is something that Gambit are usually fantastic at.
They are, but with a single flash, this better be a bloody brilliant one.
Simple's still watching the flank. It's going to be a 3-on-5.
Nice find. Good contact from Perfecto, but he's kept quiet. Oh, it's Axile with more. 3 in this round alone. Closing in on 20 frags. He could find it right here onto Simple, actually. He does. 20 and 9, if my eyes don't deceive me. Just 16 rounds into this one.
Yeah, popping off. Had a bit of a quiet affair there on Dust too, but he's awake here on Overpass and showing up in a big way. Yeah, so 8 kills separating him from the next highest on his team, being Nafany with 12. So getting a lot done is Axile.
They were swarming into him, weren't they?
Yikes. Pinpoint precise right there.
I mean, power in numbers with Glocks. Like, everything Na'Vi's doing makes sense. Axile's just better.
Well, with that plan, I suppose that Na'Vi want to take a timeout to talk things through, because there's a few options here. You could just take a save, and then you can purchase in next round, no problems whatsoever. Or maybe we can look at dropping a couple of AKs, upgrading into a couple of Galils, and making this a dangerous-looking round number 2 for the second half. But Blade, the man on your screen right now, gets a chance to chip on in. We can already see Gambit's buy. Only 1 M4 on the deck, a FAMAS for Hobbit, Scout for Shiro, and SMGs for the other 2. And it looks like they're going to go for the option of drop those AK-47. So being as deadly as they can, Na'Vi.
Responsibility on Bit.
Yeah, so it's going to have one. Perfecto has head armor here as well. There might be another one on the ground. Okay, Simple's got that. Perfecto into the Deagle. So here we go. Bit and Simple with the AK-47s. Deagles for the other 3. And there's a lot riding on a round like this. If Na'Vi are able to win this one back, you may even consider it better than winning that pistol.
Yeah, and they took a timeout for this, so not only were they discussing the buy, probably the finish. Or at least the objective. Getting a lot of space to stretch his legs here. Simple's just reminiscent of what we saw from Gambit, walking through, waiting for initial contact. Worms his way into Shiro's line and confirms that there is presence in our toilets. They've got 2 dug into long, housed by Electronic for now, and the smoke, he'll have to respect it, unless he throws his own. Interesting, a lurk smoke to peek around. And they throw the same 2 smokes we saw on the pistol. Axile's got his back turned, and Electronic was ready, but not enough found. They're fully invested into this. Bit needs something, gets nothing. Denied now by Axile. Hobbit's even caught another. Simple has to do it all. And he only puts the first, potential second. They swing out, and that's a Gambit 12. Nothing to show for it, nothing to report. Na'Vi are falling flat here on Overpass.
Yeah, this one is getting away from them now. The fact that they've given up both of those AKs, that's upgrades for free for Gambit here. The money was already pretty good. Now it's going to be looking much better, and Na'Vi have to take an eco. So compound interest. I don't know how it works, but I know that Na'Vi don't have enough to buy. Simple back into a Deagle and head armor. Everybody else with the Deagle, lack of armor.
They'd need one of these. This would be...
They really do,
This
right?
would be the saving grace.
The problem is they've already had one of these, the Bit round. So
yeah.
maybe they're already done with their allowance of Deagle headshots.
Hobbit is pushed up, so Boomich, how's your crosshair placement? Ooh.
Non-existent.
Oops.
No jiggle, just,
Here I come.
Guys, there's one sandbag short.
Another body drops.
Yeah, it just feels like it's going to peter out around like this. Unless they immediately find a headshot or they were pack rolling, they're able to swarm a player. They're just going to go one by one. Simple does get a kill for his troubles. And Intus is alone. The rotation coming. Oh, not even clearing. Now, keep in mind what we were talking about. It's how Gambit like to approach their CT side. There's always a heavy presence from Hobbit and the likes of Intus over towards that monster tunnel. In that round, it wasn't that way. So maybe that's why Boomich, you know, is walking without even clearing, because he's so used to them playing hyper-aggressive or hyper-focused towards that monster area. Same thing without clearing that barrels position. Maybe Electronics thinking he can sneak past if they're tucked in deeper towards monster, but it was just a deagle round. Now we get the rifles back out. Simple into a Krieg, everybody else with the AKs, and wow, maybe last chance saloon here as far as the full buys go. Molly slows them down. Bit will get across. Deep in towards the playground, fast as you like. Axel already happy to tuck on in above connector. Perfecto taking control here and now.
It's an adventure playground as well, which I imagine just means there's probably a few more safety hazards. You know, like there's not so much wood chips down.
Yeah, well, that's where you get the slide and the jungle gym.
Well, a sucker for a good monkey bar.
Not very good at that these days.
Yeah, I just weigh a little bit more than I used to back then.
Well, this is the first fight they have to deal with.
Shiro. A lot of responsibility. He's getting flanked by Boomich, so he's going to have to do a lot with this. He gets them both. Perfecto's his next victim. Not going to get it while Flash, but doesn't far off the mark. Axel's got an almost guaranteed trade if Perfecto continues. Simple's taking space long.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter. There's no util to work with. 2 smokes. There's no flashes to facilitate peaks. There's 40 seconds left on the clock.
He isolated those 2 duels like he was a dead man. Long pressure and toilet simultaneously, digs himself out with a double of his own.
Are Na'Vi really gonna, like, they have to go for this, but are they really gonna let the clock run down this far? There's no other options, I guess.
Oh, that was a chance. Such a short-lived one. Now hiding in the corner, and it will enable a 1-for-1. Disadvantage for Na'Vi, and it's a must-win. 19 seconds. They can't afford to run that clock much shorter. Smoke for the bin position. They'll get it out just in time. Hobbit's well ahead of it, and he can just play spoiler now. Unless Simple defends Electronic, yeah, impossible. Now the round, it falls apart, as does Overpass. Gambit haven't really had to show us why their CT side or slash their Overpass in general is such a map to be feared. We aren't really going to get there.
Yeah, it's just been clean throughout, right? Sure, Axel's helping things out with 25 kills now. Had a couple more players get up to double digits. Inters and Hobbit have joined Nafany. 13 and 11 kills respectively for those two. And Shiro, before that round, only had 7 frags. And those 2 right there are hugely impactful. When you think about the importance of those 2 kills in a round like this, he's done a lot of work right there. And yeah, this is just going to be a clean sheet of a CT side for Gambit, unless Na'Vi have something to say about it. Another timeout taken. Another purchase into a couple of upgraded pistols likely. And the 3rd map on the horizon of Mirage. It's not that far away.
Yeah, certainly. Mirage.
There was that long streak for Gambit a little bit earlier in the year where they were undefeated on the map. I think they lost one to Havu. So they have had a little bit of a foot fault in recent times. But all in all, still that impressive Gambit record. And here we go.
Nothing under 65% win rate. Like.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, that's just insane, right? Oh, well, not a lot of damage done to Hobbit.
He made it look more dramatic than it was.
Yeah, he turned his face to the ground.
Shiro wants something. And he's actually got Inter set up to pick up anything he's not interested in. Even Boom is trying to take a lot of extra space, and nade on his nose pushes him back. This one's a quickie. Gambit speed running this second half. Bit trying to change the dialogue with Shiro, but exposed to Nafany. And there you have it, folks. 15, 10 chances for Gambit to take us to that 3rd map. Good to see Axel back at the top of the scoreboard as well. We were talking about highest rated players of the tournament over at the analyst desk, and you know, they discussed the absence of Axel. Well, he might be battling back into the contention once we get to those playoffs.
Yeah, if he gets in the playoffs and puts down performances like this against the other top dogs, that's what we're looking for. But here we go. Na'Vi, one more shot at this. How long can they extend this map? 10 rounds in a row required to take us to overtime here. Gambit just one more to close it down and take us to map number 3. Remember, winner into the semis, loser into the quarterfinals. Perfecto tagged on down, 54 HP before he's even had a chance to see anybody. Just working on that connect-to control, harassed. They've succeeded in the mission. They've got the space they wanted.
Only gap in the setup right now is long. No members of Gambit have that information, but they won't have to be concerned about it for too long. It reeks of a B hit.
Yeah, like that into...
And he's not going to get away, is he? Yes, he is, and now they're swinging up short. Hobbit's looking the wrong way.
Oh,
doesn't finish his meal.
No.
Catastrophic. Perfecto trying to bail them out. Good damage onto Nafany, but it's still 3 frags to the good. He's done all of this defense on his own. And he could even get some more. The bomb was so far disconnected from the pack. I don't know what spurred them into the site, into that contact there. Can't fault them for trying to punish.
Scope's been heard.
And Bit's pretty loud about this. Oh god, yeah, they've given it not enough. Didn't hear it. Now towards Monster with a level 2v2, and it seems Shiro's going to let them walk in. Wants to time his peak. Oh, he actually hit Bit in the smoke there. He's hitting him still. For the peak, and it's another wallbang. How is Bit still alive? But he does respond. What a shot from Bit. Softened up. Axel's playing with the sound cues. Will catch the first and anticipating the presence of Simple on Monster. That's the spot. And he peeks straight back into it. Simple saves Na'Vi. The test, 1 of 10.
Okay. Well, what are we talking there? 10% now of the way there?
There you go. 10% of this long and arduous journey.
All right, let's see. How long can they push this? Because it is, unfortunately, a matter of time scoreline. That's what happens when you are Gambit and you have so many match points to deal with and work with here, that it really does just become a matter of time. Simple landing that one just, and have to be happy with converting around here, but you're going to expend a lot of energy to get back into a map like this. Perfecto. Same deal, working his way through connector. Boomich just behind him. Nade gonna land on both of them here. They have dissuaded Axile. Nafany doing his best to soften up, and Simple again with the AWP. Gets greeted with Hobbit. There's an opening.
That was just as Boomich was coming out connector as well, so Hobbit are dead to rights. That door is open, and information gained. Perfecto spotted. Axile's trying to catch a timing here, and he's not far off. Perfecto's ready. Okay, 2 casualties for Gambit. This actually gets a little uncomfortable, at least for round 22. Saving grace, Nafany removes 1 of those mid lurks. Bit's the only one alone. He's quite loud about it. So if Shiro just gets this shot easily, suddenly we're in a 3v3 where the CTs can get themselves back into B. They have practically evacuated the site. Inters is the first and only one here. A high flash to delay. Simple. Or peak held. Electronic, however. Ooh, that spray wasn't far off. Nearly took down Electronic as well as Boomich.
Sure, I can win this. Oh, he's not, is he? He's not, is he? Come on, let him have a crack, Nafany.
Never.
There's only 1 round.
He cracks the whip here.
All right, well, we won't see the attempted Shiro 1-on-2 against Simple and Electronic, but what we will see is
him standing still. Yeah, just hanging out with his favorite cone. He's given it a name, sharpied on a little face. It's keeping him sane while he sits here for what feels like forever.
Wilson.
Exactly.
Look at the shelving. Oh. 2 cones, not just the one. They can play with each other when he's not there.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, you always need a Ken for your Barbie, right?
That's true. All right, wow, 15-7. Still the matter of time scoreline. It's going to take a lot of convincing out of Na'Vi, and rounds will need to be clean to start selling that this comeback is a reality. And Gambit are the ones who'll be taking a timeout here. Coach going to get on the line, going to call on in.
I'm not buying what they're selling yet.
No, it's just too early, I think, because the way that they've been able to win rounds has been virtue of only a few players staying alive, right? It was a 1v1, and then that one was a 1-on-2. If they go this one a 1-on-3, then the next a 1-on-4, and then, you know, maybe they can start to build. But you can see with the scores right here that everybody is middle of the pack for Na'Vi. It's not like no one's showing up, right? It's not like it's just a simple show. Everybody here contributing at least a little bit. Might need somebody to step up in a big way like Axile did for their first half. Saved AWP, upgraded pistols. Shiro needs to find a pick. If they can grab themselves an upgraded AK, could really have a conversation about this one, but bomb on the back of the party heading over towards A. Still on this same approach, Perfecto, and being up close in connector, knowing there's pistols in play, can be scary.
Never mind an AWP.
Yeah, well, Shiro has a bodyguard. Of course, it's Axile. Give him all the room he needs to work that AWP. Oh, this is messy.
Yeah, the jump does not cost Boomich his life, but it was a chance. A little lifeline given to Axile. He couldn't quite convert, jump through that flaming hoop.
Thing is, Shiro in this situation, he can quick change away, but then he won't be able to re-scope.
True.
So right now, he's just staying scoped in and pivoting between these two positions, either down, under, through the connector, or up and over the top.
He could get timed here. Just as he looks away, Perfecto swings open the door. He'll have the sound cue. And he will find the first. Simple on the repeat, goes down. Shiro's done a lot there.
And Boomich is low, remember, from that early exchange. Real problems here for Na'Vi. 40 seconds left on the clock. It is just pistols, but this can fall apart.
Yeah, you can see Hobbit's aware that he could try and gamble towards that site. Nafany, only a USP.
Boomich is so low. The USP is perfect for this job.
Yeah, and he's not got anyone to trade off of him.
Uh-oh.
They're going to run out of time if they're not
20
careful.
seconds.
Backs are turned. No one's cleared him. He's going to make it so awkward if he just shoots Boomich. Quickly. Oh, God, 10 seconds.
Might be the round.
Knives are out. Someone's got a plant. Bit. Someone step up. In the bottom. No time. Just stuff to survive. And Gambit will finish off Overpass with just that Shiro hero AWP. Pistols to finish. Gambit take us to 3. We'll see you on Mirage. We'll be right back with the analyst.